Singer, rapper Tory Lanez, convicted of shooting performer Megan Thee Stallion after a party at the Hollywood Hills home of Kylie
He did not shoot her
Jenner.
at all.
Here's the story. They're at the party. After the party, they get into an argument. Lanez tells Megan Thee Stallion, dance, and shoots at her feet like a cowboy movie, hits her.
He did not do
Proof? Testimony of Megan Thee Stallion, her friend Kelsey Harris, and DNA evidence on the weapon that convinced jurors to convict. Pretty simple, right? Maybe not. Turns out that DNA, only a 0.01% chance that the DNA is from Lanez. He's always maintained his innocence. He was sentenced to 10 years, so this is really about the testimony. Lanez, so what happens? So he goes away, recently stabbed 14 times in prison. Many say it was a hit, okay?
100% a hit. I, at this point, believe that stabbing was 100% a hit. The storyline goes after they share this newfound evidence and Megan's legal team gets a hold of it. Next thing you know, Tory Lanez is getting stabbed. Come on. At this point, you have to be some type of Megan Thee Stallion superfan.
Nah. Between her fan base, Rock Nation, all of them were responsible for what happened to Tory Lanez. Let's not pretend that they did not have anything to do with it. They did. Kelsey admitted her fingerprints were on the weapon. Tory knocked it out of her hand. So at this point, he saved 2 women from going crazy of getting shot. And everybody's claiming that, oh, even though he admitted to everything, but did he really shoot Megan though? Did he really shoot her? But he didn't. And somehow, her fans are still believing in the fact that he did shot her in the foot. But guess what? In 36 hours, my nigga, everything is going to be exposed. Megan is cooked, bruh. We all knew this since forever. And now she about to look stupid again. She's still lying. That's why she crashed on Twitter telling everybody to leave her alone. When she is the one that is losing. On social media, crying that and claiming that everybody was harassing her. When she brought all of this upon herself. She the one who made it this way. Her fans made it this way. A man's life was almost taken away from us because of one Jezebel. And now I'm hearing something about there's leaked footage of her going to the police department and saying that she stepped on glass. She wasn't shot in the foot. I have yet to see it. So hopefully when they do put out that footage, yeah, we're going to react to it and we finna talk about it because the world needs to know the truth. And so far, everything is coming to light. Slowly but surely. And all I gotta say to her is, count your days because your career is about to go.
Fan, because there's some weird dark stuff here going on with all different music execs. And also the lies that are coming from Megan's camp.
Yeah.
Because new evidence is about to come out. All right, a little conspiratorial, but he was definitely stabbed. Lanez's supporters believe that the media doesn't care because Megan Thee Stallion is represented by Jay-Z's Rock Nation. I can give a damn about Jay-Z or his company. This just wasn't a case on my radar until now. Why? Anna Paulina Luna. She is a representative from Florida. You see her here on a regular basis. She says she's got new evidence. Says it wasn't him. And she joins us now. Representative APL, it's good to have you.
Thanks,
okay,
Chris.
Anna.
Happy to be back on. And thanks for taking a look at this case.
No, listen, you tell me to take a look at it, I'll look at it. But why did you look at it? I mean, this isn't your jurisdiction. I don't know you to have any connection to any of these people.
Yeah, so as you know, we are on oversight and accountability. And so this case was actually initially flagged for me by Amber Rose. And the reason why I took particular interest in it is because of the fact that they actually had evidence that they presented to me in my office that actually disproved the conviction. So as you stated earlier, that 0.01% of DNA, they actually found 4 people's DNA on that firearm, none of which was Tory's. Not to mention there was 0 fingerprints on the actual magazine. And also, too, as you said, 0.01% chance. I mean, that evidence in itself should pretty much speak for itself.
Right.
Also, there's been ring footage that's been obtained that actually disproves the whole dance, Megan. And so what we're saying is really there was a case of he said, she said. The evidence wasn't actually respected and properly adhered to actually in the trial. And then they also were doing something that I would find pretty wild and egregious. They're actually submitting his lyrics for rap as evidence to the crime. So look, first and foremost, you have to have a free and fair society. That means we need to respect the justice system. So I actually reached out today to Gavin Newsom's office, and we are requesting an emergency meeting. We're also working with other Democrats, specifically to the California delegation. But I think that this is something that's pretty egregious, that the way that this was handled, the way that it was. I think that it was largely driven by headlines. And aside from the people involved and the parties involved, obviously I take violence, I take this very seriously, Chris.
Right.
But I also take very seriously the fact that I do believe, based on the evidence that I've seen, that Tory's innocent. And I think that it sets a really bad message when you have someone of his stature and also to someone as influential as he is, it's being wrongfully incarcerated. And that's exactly why we wanted to use our megaphone for a good reason and help get him his pardon.
I am noticing that we are seeing so many feared public figures, Jay-Z being one of them. Of course, you got the Diddy case going on right now. There's so many people who are losing, seems like, their influence on the mass public. There are people who probably have been afraid to speak out on this case, knowing that Megan Thee Stallion is signed to Rock Nation. I want you guys to really know what's going on here. You have Chris Cuomo. He's not a Republican, and Rep. Luna actually is a Republican Congresswoman. I mean, you have 2 people here who are willing to come together and have a conversation. Chris Cuomo is definitely not shy when it comes to having difficult conversations. It leans a bit more progressive, but over the years has been less left-leaning and more willing to have conversations with people who probably don't align exactly when it comes to where they may fit politically. This story is picking up traction, and there are too many people who don't take this situation very seriously, specifically the Megan Thee Stallion superfans and the Believe All Women crowd.
And that's even worse. This is why I don't believe women, period. Because if you go to accuse a person after they became successful in their careers, either you want money or you just want attention to settle things. Because if there ain't no evidence that this person did this and that to you, no footage, no image, no photos, no videos of you being abused by that partner or anybody that decided to do wrong to you, then you have no business filing a lawsuit or a restraining order against that individual. Like, if you're gonna do this, you better come with receipts. Because this whole Believe All Women bull crap is not gonna last long. The same reason why y'all don't believe us, because we the ones that have everything, receipts, text message, image, videos to show the courts about what really happened, what really went down. Y'all just saying just to say it with your mouths, but you're not really showing anything. And you believe a woman who lie on the oath still. I don't know why you do. It's beyond me. That's why y'all minds is all messed up. And as soon as the truth comes out, y'all are going to end up looking real stupid. The same reason why y'all did not believe, the guy who was accused of hitting Rhonda Osmond, the brick lady, when it came to find out that she had an allergic reaction. She did not get hit by a brick at all. she is also a racist as well. So everybody was coming after big content creators like Celeste Bird, aka Accountability, the Queen of Accountability, and my girl Taylor, aka is Tay Baby, for all the wrong reasons because they stayed on this girl's behind for days, even almost a year, and the truth came out thanks to them. So y'all not only own Queen of Accountability apology, but you also own It's Tay Baby an apology. Everybody that followed this case for a long time, you own everybody an apology because you look stupid, you felt stupid, and you look stupid for believing a liar. It's like y'all are allergic to the truth. You would rather stay in your delusional world and believe in anything that woman says out of her mouth. You believe that she was crying on Gayle King's interview when she immediately pretty much lied about sleeping with Tory Lanez. And she was fake crying with her crocodile tears, making everybody believe that she really did get hit in the foot by Tory Lanez, which he didn't. Everybody from smart people knew that she lied. And if you look at the image of her foot, which she did not get shot, she had glass and cuts on her toes, on her foot, and it was bleeding. And you go to try to tell me that she really did get shot in the foot. Okay, fine. Where the bullet holes at? Please tell me.
The amount of think pieces I've seen from people who think that Tory Lanez has no shot at being a free man again sort of makes me realize they're going to be as shocked as we all were. Do you guys remember when they announced that 10-year sentence? When Tory Lanez got that 10-year sentence? Granted, we all didn't look at that situation and think Tory made all the smart decisions, or Megan or Kelsey or anybody involved. But that was a shock. That 10-year sentence was a shock to everybody. I remember looking at that and was like, whoa, wow. I really do believe that Tory has a very good chance of actually being a free man as I'm seeing this escalate.
He does.
In public attention. And they're actually sharing that this was.
And if you do, put Megan in jail and hold Rock Nation accountable. Her, Jay-Z, Haley Bailey were trying to emasculate black men, innocent black men all over the world, for crimes they did not commit. Held all of them accountable. Point blank, period. Enough is enough.
And also strings were probably pulled in the background from the powers that be, music execs, and some people might be exposed. I don't know. I think this is going to snowball into something a lot more serious than what we're seeing right now.
Which I think he'll get.
So Luna, who did it? I mean, she says and her friends say that he did it. And who else would have done it? And what proof do you have to support that? I get it. Maybe they didn't make the case the right way with the weapon, but who did it?
You know, Chris, that's not for me to weigh in, and that's definitely for the judge and the jury. But what I will tell you is based on the evidence that we have. The evidence that we have says that he wasn't the guy. And so I do think that Gavin Newsom has some great attorneys that will look at this. But I'd also like to point out that the prosecutor specifically on this case that initially brought the charges is a very interesting prosecutor. Look into who ran him. And at the end of the day, you know, I think Hollywood, as you know, Chris, in politics does overlap, and there's a lot of interesting stuff that happened there. So look at the evidence for yourself. We've posted it for the entire world to see, to determine for themselves. And I know that Tory's legal team actually has an incredible case. And so we are calling on Gavin Newsom to issue that pardon immediately. And also remember, he was almost killed in jail. I actually talked to him today on the phone, and he said that once he does get out, once he does get this pardon, which I do feel confident that he'll be getting, he's going to work extensively in prison reform, because this should never happen to anyone.
Anna Paulina Luna, this is a really interesting one. I've never covered a situation like this before, but I appreciate you using your platform, and let the legal team know. We'll be reaching out if they want to come on to make the case. I'm happy to hear it, and we'll check in with the governor's office as well. Thank you very much for coming on.
Yeah. Of course, and Chris too. If you want, we can probably connect you with his dad as well. I think it's important for people to know all the facts.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I'm here
Go
for
talk
it.
to the
I'll
dad.
check in with
His
you right
dad
after
has
the show.
told none of this would have happened. Because his dad is the real one. He's the one that has been keeping up with all of this information, keeping everybody posted on what's going on with his son and why he truly believes that his son needs to be out of jail now. You know, he's a real father, and I think we need more good fathers like this these days. Yeah, I would have done the exact same thing too, if I had kids of my own, if they're in trouble of something they didn't do. If I have evidence, I would have done the exact same thing, look into it and go in depth deeply, just to make sure to let everybody know, the courts know, my kids, my son or daughter is innocent. Let them go. I have proof. I have videos, images, text message, text receipts. I have everything. You know what I'm saying? I would have been the best dad in the world if I did that. Because times like this are rough for black men all over the world. But for Diddy, he deserved everything because the guy's he's a monster. But we're talking about innocent black men like Tory Lanez, DDG, and all the above.
I'm getting right now when it comes to cases is people are extremely tired of false accusations, people being thrown into prison without proper evidence. I don't think this is going to be as easy as Megan gets off scot-free. No, people want some accountability. I think this is going to get a lot bigger. Of course, we're going to read some of these comments, see what the people have to say. Top commenter says, false accusers should get jail time.
Yes,
this is becoming
exactly
a norm. Somebody else here says, hold Megan and Kelsey accountable. Here's somebody else that added, thank you so much for covering this. This was one of the dirtiest hit jobs of the decade. Free Tory Lanez. Somebody else here added, mainstream picking it up. Tory about to get out and sue. Do you guys think that Jay-Z, this is my final question to you, is really because people are painting Jay-Z right now like the puppet master, allegedly.
I mean, when you think about it, Jay-Z sold his soul. All of the symbolisms of what they preach, I mean, not what they preach, but what they practice in Hollywood, what the many of their artists sacrifice for. They got to sacrifice everything in order to make their artists, the industry plants. And they're controlling Megan, they're controlling Halle Bailey, because you notice every time when there's a new topic, a new information about Tory Lanez, Rock Nation has not come out and say anything yet. But they're keeping their close eye on people that are trying to speak up and speak out on the current situation, because when they try to stop, it means that they're not only behind this, but they're involved in it as well. Because one way or another, Jay-Z is going down too. Because so far, when it comes to this whole Diddy case, every name has dropped. From J-Lo, Beyonce, everybody that were involved in this white party and the Diddy freak-off stuff. And you know what? I'm going to leave this video here. So, at some point, the industry is just at an all-time low. Because we all knew that Tory was innocent the entire time. Like, Megan lied. Her and her friend are just basically straight up evil. And her fans donated money to a criminal and a pedophile, claiming that it was Tory's karma. Nah. The real karma is Megan Thee Stallion when she goes to jail. Her career is cut. Like, she is cut. So I wonder what Jay-Z and them has to say now. Because, like I say, Jay-Z and them had everything to do with it. You know, Tory Lanez was going to be signed to Rock Nation, but he turned it down because he knows what goes on in the industry. Come on, man. Like the black culture it's in it. I'm telling you, black culture is not like, you know, how it used to be. You know, we used to be united, everybody's coming together, having fun, you know, making dreams come true. Except nowadays, thanks to social media, you know, Cat Williams exposing what's going on in Hollywood, we now know why the black community is at an all-time laughing stock. Because look at what's going on. Like, look at what we're doing. And Megan, she's no angel either. Never was. And Tory, I believe he's going to end up being out of jail real soon. So, yeah. Megan, count your days, honey, because you done. Like, your career is doo-doo. So, yeah. Link to the video will be down below, and I'm going to holler at y'all.